Right people, so welcome back to another video. We are doing a review after ages, but on a very special car. So this is a 2021 M5 Competition. It is an LCI. Right, so we begin with the powertrain first. As this is an M5 competition, it makes 625 horsepower. I believe that remains unchanged from the pre-LCI. There are a few visual touches which I'll go over in a second. But yes, the S63 4.4 V8 twin turbo. A revised version of the engine in the previous F10. But a lot of these facts I'm sure you'll know by now. The car's been out for a few years. This I believe is one of the first few customer cars. He's had it for close to a month now. I was just waiting for the car to have its run-in service before giving you thoughts on it, because on M cars you've got to have run-in service after 1200 miles. Bit different to some of the other brands. But yeah, MX drive. This particular car is on Pirellis for some reason. I was under the impression all F90s come with the 4Ss from factory now, but it seems it's not the case. Of course, the LCI car comes with all new headlights and front end. The grille's a bit different. This particular car has got the optional laser lights. As you can see, it's very blue. They literally remain blue all the time. I thought first it's just when they're on, but I mean, look at that, it's even got a darker bit in there. This is an all new color as well. This is Brands Hatch Grey. I believe it's off the M8 and they just put it onto the M5. They have brought over some of the tech from the M8. I believe the shocks are all new in this. You've got the new buttons as well on the center console. It's all from the M8 as well, and all the M mode and the track mode. It's all a bit different. It used to have individual settings. The wheels I believe are the same as before. You can now get red brake calipers, which is a nice touch. It does go quite well against the grey paintwork. But yeah, some would probably say they might want blue with that. But I suppose you have to have the optional headlights for it to have the blue there. Standard headlights, I'm pretty sure, just got the same DRL. Car's got black mirrors, nice touch. Of course, carbon roof, like every other F90. That remains the same. Around the back, of course, competitions have the diffuser section, or apron as people like to call it, all in black. Black exhaust tips. And the other big change from the facelift is you've got these 3D looking tail lights, which is a nice touch. I think personally the pre-LCI M5 lights are quite bright. They're just really red. They're not even like a cherry color. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers might recognize this number plate. This car actually belongs to the same mate of mine who used to own that blue M3. The one that I did way back. So yeah, this is his current car. He had an M3 competition in between, but just made the sort of upgrade to the M5. Of course, it's got the 2X thing like every other BMW. There it is, the S63. Is what it is, does the business, makes a bunch of power. Of course, we're going to find out how that thing performs shortly. But yeah, it's nice having mated to the MX drive and also an 8-speed ZF automatic, which on the drive here, because I just went to pick up the car, very easy to drive this thing, which is a nice touch. It's not always about having a car that's hard-edged and, you know, just all over the place. That's the whole point of an M5, is smooth. Right, so I don't know about the lighting in here. Of course, the carbon roof is a bit tricky, so we've got, it's very sort of cave-like in here, you could say, being a black interior. So my first impressions, lovely cabin, of course, stunning seats. You got the, looks like the plastic is still on the M5 logo. That's how you know the car is still fresh. Got the M seat belts. Piano black trim on this particular car with a Harman Kardon. These are new buttons that you get, which are different from the pre-LCI. I might as well turn the car on, get you guys a start up now. So we've been joined by a cat. He probably just, well, he's just hopped over the fence now. As you can see there, it doesn't have any crackles anymore, anything like that. Of course, it has a deep V8 sound. I did have the exhaust button on. Yeah, so what I did, I put the engine into Sport Plus. I thought maybe it might add some bangs or something like that, but nothing of the sort. The exhaust button is here. That was on. Nice shift lever, you can adjust the shift for us there. This screen is all new on the LCI as well. It's a lot bigger. I believe it went from 10 to 12 inches. You've got Alcantara on the roof. Lovely sort of, it kind of just blends in all together, like it wraps around you, and you got the stitching on the dash, all real leather. M buttons on the steering wheel. And then also when you put it into M mode, you get the central kind of tack like that, a bit like the M8. The one thing I've noticed with this car, with the front seat being in my driving position, so I'm about 6'2", whether you believe it or not. This is what the rear legroom on an M5 is like, so I was kind of expecting it to be a bit bigger. I mean, it looks like, I don't even feel like I want to attempt that. It's a bit strange because of course you buy this car as more of a car that does everything. You don't buy an M5 as like a two-seater. You buy it so you can use it for your grand touring, you're going to the shops, taking out family members, and then taking it for a rip as well. So it's interesting, the rear legroom isn't too great. And luckily for you guys here, I have actually got a new 3 Series just over there, which I'm going to bring into the shot now. We'll compare the legroom. See, I'm giving you guys consumer advice today. Right, so let's have a look in the back here. So you've got maybe about that much legroom, say my hand there, and the door opening's quite easy, so you can just kind of get your way in. Now if you go over to the M5, if you look there, it's about the same. So I don't know if it's because the M5 are such huge seats and they perhaps decided not to give it as much rear legroom. I'm not going to bang on about it too much, but I just think that for someone who's watching this video and wants to know or is potentially interested in going to an M5, the bigger car doesn't seem to be giving a lot more legroom in the back, which is a bit odd for me, I'm not gonna lie. Of course the bench is huge and it's the leather quality and whatever, but I did expect more from there. Right, so that was a walk around done. What I'll do, I'll get some GoPros set up now and basically take you for a drive on some nice country roads. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure you do go ahead and subscribe. But yeah, let's take this thing for a drive. Right, first gear. Yeah, that's quick. Let's turn onto one of my familiar roads. Alright, so what gear are we in? With second. I have got it in 4-wheel drive mode. You won't be finding me put it in 2-wheel drive. I'll leave it as it is, get a sort of feel for the car straight away. It does feel quite big here, but it's so easy to drive though, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's so easy to drive. You can feel like you got some like a bit of a beast under your right foot, even if you're not even like sending it. Like me, I've just started, and yeah, surprisingly nimble. Right, we've got a little bridge here, see if it makes any noise. OPF life. We are following a bit of camber, to be fair, but there's no real way to access most of this power without going silly. Like, I'm looking at my speedo right now, we're in like 5th gear, yeah, and when I floor it, it's moving like enough for this road. Does that make sense? So I think we need to find a bit of a bigger road, guys. Within a few seconds I'm at the max of what I can show you at this forward facing angle. You know what, let's go into first, see how it gets off a dig. No one behind this, leave it in auto. Right. Oh, gear shift for us, E. Pretty quick. I just realised I've been in the slowest gear shift for us this whole time. Been driving too many Mark 5s where you just get in and go. Bit of a battle bus, isn't it? Second gear. Yeah. See, the thing with making a video on a car like this when it's very refined and it's all very stock in 2020 is that they all feel a bit like plain on video. My RS3 was like this when I got it with the OPF in. The A35 that I drove a year ago was like this. This is the bridge I went through on my first drive in the RS3 video. Look, I'll floor it through here. See? You don't hear much, and that's not a fault of the car, unfortunately. That's just the way EU regs are. So I'm not saying maybe you might have a bit more fun getting an early M5, potentially. If you don't want to map it, you could get an early 18 plate or 19 plate, the ones that have the bangs and stuff. it's a tricky one, man, because they've added so much tech in these later ones. If you're going to map it, you've got a better car anyway. Right, first gear, straight plane run. Okay. Has got like a squidgy limiter, you could say. Brakes now, a few times I've had to do little stops, giving way. Pedal feel is a bit odd at times. So I can imagine, like, you know, when you're battering this thing, I don't know, for all the VMAX boys and everyone, if you're on the stock brakes, it might cause an issue, especially if you're continuously pounding it, especially if you tune it as well. This is the beauty of an M5. Like, now we're here in this village, this car's grey, it's not annoying anyone, like, it's not in your face, so you go over a speed bump there, it's no issue for it at all. Plenty of ground clearance. It's definitely aimed, the M5's always been aimed at a more mature market. It's just how it is. It's not aimed at me, that's for sure. I'm still in the hot hatch phase. I'm 25 if you need a reference. So yeah, I love my GTIs and my RS3s. Even if I had the money to afford one of these lovely things, I probably wouldn't buy it until another 10 years. It's just how it is. Stuff like the sound, I'm sure the more mature folk who buy these kind of cars might not be bothered about that kind of thing. Look, the F10 had no bangs, the M6 Grand Coupe had no bangs, so they've kind of just gone back to how it is. And they're probably saying, if you want the more kind of drama, buy the M3, because I'm pretty sure the new G80 M3, I noticed it doesn't have a soft limiter and it has a lot of overrun from the clips I've seen. So it is what it is. Stunning car to just cruise in. My only drawbacks are, I'd say the rear legroom could be a bit better, but that's my amateur opinion, you could say. Make sure you are subscribed, guys, if you did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it as well, it'd help a lot. Follow me on Instagram and let me know if you want to see more reviews. I've got a few cars lined up, the new A45S, etc. There are a few cars to catch up on, and it gives a break from just doing endless mods to my R32s and my GTIs and RS3s. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.